is the answer. Okay? All right, let's try letter B. Letter B. Notice this is the easier of the two types of problems. I set this up differently, okay, than what you saw Kurt do. So I know I need a binomial times a binomial. I know that my x squared is the result of x times x. And all that's left is I have to come up with a number that does two things. I need two numbers that multiply to get positive 10, and I need those same two numbers to add up to negative 7x. So watch how I set this up. First, I take the positive 10 and I rewrite it off to the side, positive 10. And I remind myself that I need two numbers to multiply to get positive 10. So I'm going to list, kind of like a factor table. I'm going to list my numbers that create positive 10. That could be positive 1 and 10. It could be negative 1 and negative 10. It could be positive 2 and 5. It could also be negative 2 and negative 5. It could not be negative 2 and positive 5 because those two numbers do not multiply to equal positive 10. Okay? All right. So since that's all the factors possible, now we start thinking about the adding possibility. We need two numbers to equal negative 7 when they add. Two numbers that equal negative 7 when they add. So now I'm going to work to the right, and I just create this little reminder that I'm trying to add up to negative 7. So what do? Well, we total them. What's 1 plus 10? It makes 11. That's not negative 7. Okay. What's negative 1 and negative 10? That's negative 11. Well, that's not negative 7, so that's not correct. What's 2 and 5? That's positive 7. That's not correct. What's negative 2 and negative 5? That makes negative 7. That means that the numbers I need are negative 2 and negative 5, and so I put them up into my binomials. Negative 2, let me do that in the color. Negative 2 and negative 5. Now that's the answer to that one. Much faster. No guess and check. No, not really guessing and checking. It should feel different. All right, let's try the next one. Letter C is going to feel like letter B. All right. So again, I set up my reminder. I'm looking for two binomials. Okay, I need two numbers that multiply to get positive 21, and I need those same two numbers to add up to positive 10. Again, I'm going to write that positive 21 off to the side. I'm going to remind myself that I need those numbers to multiply to get positive 21. I'm going to take care of my x squared. So x times x makes x squared. And I'm in the home stretch now. So what two numbers multiply to get positive 21? Well, this might be a long list. That's not too long. It could be 1 and 21. It could be negative 1 and negative 21. It could be 3 and 7, and it could be negative 3 and negative 7. Okay, now remember, we also need these numbers to equal, to total, to add up to positive 10, which is my middle term. Okay, my middle term, I'm just going to remind myself, I'm trying to add up to positive 10. So let's see what we get. What's 1 plus 21? It equals 22. That's not what I want. What's negative 1 and negative 21? That's negative 22. Also not what I want. 3 and 7 makes positive 10. That's the one I want. And let's just finish it up. So negative 3 and negative 7, That's negative 10, not what I want. So let's go ahead and circle the two pairs that we need. Go ahead and bring them over to your binomials and write them. Don't forget your signs. So positive 3 and positive 7. And that is the answer. Okay, this last one, and I think we'll end after this because this pretty much hits it home. So we don't need any other examples. This last problem is not the easier of the two types of trinomials. This one has a leading term with a coefficient of a number that's greater than 1, so it's not going to be as easy. Let's use the same method we used on letter A. Okay, we're going to factor 10x squared first. That could be 10x times x. It could also be 2x times 5x. Okay. It could also be, whoops, actually we could leave it just like that. That's fine. You could reverse it, but we're going to work on reversing the other term, so we'll just leave it like that. That's pretty much all there is to it. So let's come over to the positive 2. Luckily, the positive 2 only has positive 2 and positive 1, or negative 2 and negative 1. Okay, so now we're ready to start thinking about binomial times binomial. So, if you remember in Kurt's video, he likes to choose the x terms that are closer together. Again, this is just his opinion. This is maybe it's not his opinion. It's from his experience. So let's go ahead and choose 2x and 5x. A good way to remember it might just be that 10 is just not factored, right? Maybe we need to break it down more. So 2 and 5 is his choice. Now, let's go to trying to figure out which of the two factors over for the factors of 2 should we choose. So let's start with negative, negative 2 and negative 1, okay? So we put them in and we have to check our outer plus our inner. So I'm going to write that off to the side again. Check outer plus inner. Okay? All right, thinking of FOIL. So here we go. We're going to check our outer. 2x times negative 1. Well, that gives me negative 2x. Check our inners. That's negative 10x. Unfortunately, this does not equal positive 9. It equals negative 12x, and that's not what we're looking for. Okay, now write this down. I'm running out of room, so I am going to erase. You should not erase. You could just put a single line through it, okay, like this. This is not correct, so I'm going to erase it. And I'm also erasing the negative 2 and the negative 1. Now, I can't throw out the idea of negative 1 and negative 2 just yet because I haven't tried the reverse of them yet. So we tried negative 2 and negative 1, but let's try negative 1 and negative 2 reversed. Okay, this will have a different outcome because 2x and 5x are different. Let's see what happens. So 2x times, this is outer times outer, so that makes negative 4x. This looks promising. And then the inner times inner is negative 5x. Total them up and we get negative 9x. Man, I thought we had a winner there. Now that is closer, but that also sheds some light on the order that we need to use. So we definitely need the 1 to be with the 2x, and we definitely need the 2 to be with the 5x. but we know that the signs are not correct. So hopefully you're realizing if we had chosen the positive 1 and the positive 2, we would be done by now. All right, write it down. If you don't have it yet, cross it out. Just single line, cross it out. And then I'm going to erase. I'm going to do one more thing. Now, all I'm going to do here is I'm going to cross out this option, because I know this is not correct. And I'm going to use the positive 1 with the 2x, and I'm going to use the positive 2 with the 5x. Okay, here we go. So, outer times outer, positive 4x. Inner times inner, positive 5x. What do we get? Positive 9x. And that is what we want, which means this set of binomials is our answer. All right, way to go. That's it. Okay. See you soon. Hopefully you have some questions we can talk about. All right. Bye.